Hey, I'm Donald Miller, and you're watching the fifth and final video in a series about growing a $400,000 independent marketing business. Yes, it's actually possible to grow a $400,000 a year independent marketing business without even hiring an assistant. Although I highly recommend you get an assistant if you're making that much money. It makes your life a lot easier. But it's possible. We have plenty of StoryBrand certified guides who have done it. This is my book, Building a StoryBrand. The book has sold about 1.4 million copies over the last 10 years. People read this book, small business owners, they call me, they say, Don, can you make my website? And I say, no, I can't make websites. I don't know anything about design. I would be an awful person to actually make your website. And so I've actually certified freelance marketing folks like you, independent marketing business owners. We've had over 1,000 come through the program. They've all made a lot of money, in fact, collectively well over $100 million between them all in terms of business that they have gotten. Some of them are making $10 million a year, so it's well over $100 million. Most of them, between $250,000 and $400,000 in their small marketing business, depending on how hard they want to work and what they want to do. We have learned in the last 10 years, though, a thing or two about building a freelance marketing business, and I want to teach you everything that we've learned here in this series. You are already on video 5, so go back and watch video 1 through 5 to get there. But let me summarize what we're talking about. We're talking about a 4-phase lead engine. What you need to do is you need to have strategies about bringing attention to yourself. That's YouTube, social media, that kind of stuff. Turn that attention into leads with a lead generator. Then turn the leads into entry-level sales. These are $49 to $199 products. And then upsell larger products, full campaigns, $25,000, $100,000 retainers, things like that. That's kind of how you do it. So today we're going to talk about phase 4, how to turn entry buyers into high-value clients. We're moving from phase 3 to phase 4. Last time we talked about entry-level products. Now let's actually build your product ladder. Here's something I learned a long time ago. My friend Chad Cannon told me this, and it's proven to be true in my business. 10% of your audience will pay you 10x for 10x the value. You have to create the product. So if you have 1,000 people paying you $100, 100 of those people will pay you $1,000. 10 of those people will pay you $10,000, and one of those people will pay you $100,000. That is just, as soon as I heard that, I thought, okay, well, we just need to create the products, and we'll find out if that's true. And sure enough, it was true. I speak at Tony Robbins' Business Mastery like twice a year, and I've noticed he's got these, $2,000 products all the way up to $200,000, $250,000 masterminds and $1 million personal coaching. He's got this incredible product ladder that the more you want from him, the more value you can buy from him. He provides products in case you want more value from him. You need to do the same thing. So let's do the math. 1,000 buyers paying you $49 equals $50,000. 100 buyers paying you $500 equals $50,000. 10 buyers paying you $5,000 equals $50,000. And one buyer paying you $50,000 equals $50,000. You can do the math. That's $200,000 right there, but you have to actually create the products and market the products in order to reap those rewards. This is why you need a product ladder, not just one offer. Okay, the product ladder. Build offerings at every price point to capture the maximum value. I like a $49 entry product. It could be something like Marketing Secrets Archive or some sort of mini course. At $49, nobody's expecting like incredible production. You can almost do this with your iPhone. Also, something that goes out 52 times, a weekly marketing tip report, something like that. You can create that stuff, over a long week and batch them and set them up in Keep or MailChimp, and you've got a great product. $500 core offer, something like a comprehensive course or template pack. A template pack based on, what makes good social media posts. Go ahead and make an 80-page template pack, and that would sell for $500 as long as it was like a playbook somebody could print out, 3-hole punch, put it in a binder, and you're going to overhaul their entire social media strategy. Well worth $400. $5,000. This is more of a premium service, a 90-day implementation or intensive. Think of this as sort of like a 90-day mastermind. Let's say you had 10 people in that. That's $50,000. You can be on the phone with them or on a Zoom call with 10 of those people for 90 minutes every week for 90 days. Great value for them, friendships being built, lots of stuff being learned. There's no way they don't get their $5,000 value out of that. $50,000 high-ticket partnership, complete sales funnel build, some sort of annual retainer at $4,000 to $5,000 a month for maybe, 2-3 hours a week, something like that. Here's an example of a product ladder that you could actually build specifically with those products. All right, what do you need to offer at each level? Well, at $50, marketing secrets archive, weekly tips, backlog, industry-specific mini course, template pack, emails, landing pages, etc. I think what you're noticing about something at $49 is you're not actually having to deliver anything. This is stuff that you've created and it scales really well. $500, complete marketing overhaul course. This would be a more robust course. Think about the value that you're offering, not how much time it takes you to create it. How much institutional knowledge is in there, right? If somebody charged you $1 million for the password to a safe that had $10 million in it, how much time is it going to have to take you to deliver those numbers or that password? 1 second? Is the 1 second worth $1 million? Yes. In fact, the 1 second is actually worth $9,950,000, right? Because that's a $50,000 profit that I would pay you to get that password. It's kind of like that. You need to switch your mind from like, how hard am I working and how much am I sweating and how much do I put into this to the thousands of hours you have spent interacting with clients, making websites, studying marketing, the books that you've read. The institutional knowledge that you have is like a password to a very valuable vault. And you can charge $500 for that. $5,000, you're going to get into a little bit of like personal interaction here. 90-day marketing implementation, I like that as a mastermind. Full StoryBrand messaging intensive. I charge a lot of money to sit with me from 10 to 4 in the afternoon, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We do a working lunch. We work the whole 6 hours. That costs a lot more than $5,000, but it's incredible value for the customer. Sales funnel build, I will, entry level, if you're just getting started, you can build a sales funnel. That is a landing page and emails. $5,000, I think is a little cheap. I'd probably charge 10 to 12 for that, but let's just leave it there. $50,000, complete sales funnel build and ads management going to the sales funnel. Annual fractional CMO retainer, that's about the least I would charge. About $4,000 a month. The least I would charge for a CMO retainer. I think you should be up in $10,000 to $15,000. Full brand and marketing system build out. That is website, lead generator, emails. Usually there's a lot more than that. There's emails that get you to apply or schedule a sales call, and then emails that go out if you schedule a sales call. Sometimes there's some video components that you want to put into that. Well worth $50,000 for that. And let's just do some math. I know we did this earlier, but let's do it again. 1,000 of these products at $49, 50 grand. 100 at $500, 50 grand. 20 at $5,000, 100 grand. 4 at $50,000, 200 grand. We're already at $400,000. And I made this look easy, but I think you understand that this is a lot of work. I mean, when I create a sales funnel for one of our products, even with AI, we're talking about, 40 hours to create the landing page, the lead generator, the emails and videos like this that go with the emails. They're all asking you to apply, then you apply, and there's 5 more emails and videos that go out after you apply, and then there's 52 nurture emails that go out if you don't buy my product. That takes me using AI, and sometimes it's harder to write with AI, or it takes longer because it just gets it so much better if you can really hone it in. But anyway, it would take me about 40 hours to do that. That's without design, because I have a design team that I can hand that stuff to. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Yes. We're talking about, I've done that and made, $7 million over the course of about 4 years off of one product. I've done that many, many times, and it's how I pay 30 people and keep the lights on around here. So I'm not trying to trick you into thinking this is easy. What I do want you to understand is this is worth it. This is absolutely worth it. This is your job in the 25% of the time you're spending on your own marketing, you spend 75% of your time delivering great marketing to your clients. Another benefit of creating this kind of product ladder and all these sales funnels and marketing funnels that sell these products, it teaches you so much about how to build a business. And a lot of my gripe with freelance independent marketing business owners who aren't StoryBrand certified guides is that they're basically artists. They create art in the form of websites. They like being creative, but they don't actually understand that websites need to make money. And so when I see one of our freelance marketers building their marketing business, I know for a fact they are going to help me build my business better because they understand. They understand that lead generators have to be attractive. They understand they have to convert people into sales. They aren't just fresh out of college artists who want to create, their version of 1978 Volkswagen ads and win awards from other marketers. Zero interest in working with those people. I need somebody who understands how to build a small business. And my friends, if you're an independent marketing business owner, this is how you build your marketing business. It's really, really great. All right, you need sales systems for each, right? So different prices require different sales approaches. A $49 product, you just need a landing page. That will sell it. Best if you can get an email sequence that nurtures people based on a lead generator. No human touch needed. Volume is the game here. $500. I think a video sales letter is required. Just think of it as a 60-second, 120-second commercial for that product. Longer email sequence. Let's go at least 16 emails, but more like 32 or 52. Why? 85% of my customers who buy things from StoryBrand have been through some sort of sales sequence and graduated into a nurture sequence and are 1 to 2 years into that nurture sequence. And finally, they hit a window. Maybe they have a problem that they know I solve and I'm familiar and trusted to them. Then they buy from me. So these longer email sequences are necessary the more you're charging. An optional discovery call. You may want to put some skin in the game and actually spend time with them. Also, a one-off webinar can really work well for a $500 product. You're not going to be able to do that with just a landing page. You're not going to have a whole lot of success with it. All right, $5,000 products, high touch. Discovery call is probably required. A proposal document will have to be created. You might need a pitch deck, and relationships matter. You have lunch with them, they know a friend of yours. That's what happens in the $5,000 range. The $50,000 range, we're getting into white glove. Multiple calls required, full pitch deck presentation. Again, at StoryBrand Certified Guide, we have some formula pitch decks that our guides use to close deals. Custom proposals, trust and relationship is everything when you're getting into that $50,000. This is one of the other reasons to have that product ladder, because I can't tell you, everybody who has paid me $100,000 has read my book, watched my YouTube videos, probably read another book, probably listened to the audio book. Somebody on their team, they bought a course maybe for somebody on their team, and then they finally just said, maybe they heard me on somebody else's podcast. That is when they say, we got to go see Don. Can you call them and ask them what they've got? And my sales team will say, okay, here's how he works with you. It's a 8-week fractional CMO, starts with a 1-day strategy session. You get his phone number, you get to call him anytime, you send him collateral, he reviews it and sends it back. But that's not an impulse buy. That's a long, trusted relationship that I've built kind of automated with all of the content that I keep putting out. If you notice in video 2, I said 25% of your time needs to be just pushing out content on YouTube, social media. That's not just to, increase subscribers. It's to create familiarity with those 5 or 6 or 10 people that are going to fund your entire business or the majority of your business over the next several years. All right, recurring revenue retainer models. Retainers create predictable income and deeper client relationships. I like retainers at the very top of or the very bottom of the product funnel, whatever you want to call it, top or bottom. Monthly marketing support, ongoing content, email management. By email management, I really just mean like maybe you take over their HubSpot, but you're actually writing those emails and telling them when they need to go out. Minor updates based on feedback. Great for clients who need consistent help but not a full engagement. $1,000 to $2,500 a month for that. I'd sign a 6-month contract on something like that. That's going to take you about 3 to 4 hours a week, probably. if not 3 to 4 hours a month using AI. But you don't want to just build them and not give them real value. I mean, really take a look at that campaign, make sure it's working. Fractional Chief Marketing Officer or Fractional Marketing Director, what's the difference? Marketing Director is going to work with the marketing team. Chief Marketing Officer is going to need to speak the language of the boardroom, of the C-suite. A little bit different, intimidating to some people. I don't think it's intimidating, but it might be for you. So call yourself a Fractional Marketing Director. They won't expect as much from you. Fractional Chief Marketing Officer, depending on the business that you're getting into, they may expect, you may be in over your head at that point, but just find out and then position yourself the way you want to. Strategic Marketing Leadership, you guide their marketing without being a full-time employee, high value, high retention. I promise you this, if you've been a freelance marketer for more than 2 or 3 years and you've worked with at least 20 clients, you know enough to walk in as a CMO. You don't think you do, but you've seen enough and you know 90% of what you need to know, and you know more than they know, and you can provide real value there. Full marketing management. This is, I am your marketing team and you're outsourcing to me. Complete marketing oversight, including strategy, content, ads, and reporting. You become their marketing department at $7,500 to $15,000 a month. So, I mean, that's what, $180,000 if you're at $15,000. 3 of those is about right. That's probably all you can handle. You're going to spend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, dividing up those clients, giving them set times. I know we have like a fractional sales director here for a year, Tim, and he gives us 16 hours a week. And we pay him a lot. We pay him well into 6 figures, and he's very, very much worth it. That's not anything I blink at, because he was at PepsiCo. So he brings really great institutional knowledge into my building, and my sales team really loves him. So this is a real product that I just want to plant the seed. Start dreaming about this. Might make you uncomfortable right now, but start dreaming about it. Pro tip, 4 clients at $2,500 a month, $10,000 a month, recurring revenue before any project work. All right, here's some AI tools for building your product suite. Build your entire product ladder faster using AI. Course content and copy, ChatGPT, Claude, Jasper. Outline courses, write sales pages, create email sequences. You guys know a lot of this. Video production, Descript, Loom, Synthesia. Go play with these and see what you like. Record, edit, even create AI avatars for courses. Landing pages and funnels, Card, Unbounce, ClickFunnels, build sales pages with AI-assisted copy. Email sequences, Copy.ai, Active Campaign AI, write entire nurture and sales sequences. Proposals and pitch decks, Gamma, Beautiful.ai, Canva. I've used all of those. They're all pretty great. Create professional decks in minutes. Client delivery, Notion AI, Scribe, Loom. Loom is very powerful. My sales team loves Loom. Document your processes, create SOPs, record walkthroughs, a bunch of great tools. You can screen capture that you should check out. All right, your $400,000 action plan. Here's exactly what you want to build. Create your $49 entry product, fund your ads, and build your list. Fund ads to the $50 product. Whatever money you make, just put it right back into your ad spend. Build your $500 course or the template kit, deeper value for engaged buyers. This is where you start making a profit. The $50 is all about paying for your ads, and then you start upselling those $50 purchasers to $500. You start making some money, automated money, by the way, passive revenue. Package your $5,000 intensive. I really love that idea of a 90-day mastermind that has a set of deliverables. It could be all the stuff you've learned about small business marketing. Small business marketing directors, there's probably millions of small business marketing directors who could be part of that mastermind. Don't sell yourself short. That's a real possibility if you market it right and package it right. Define your $50,000 partnership. Go ahead and just play with this. Use AI and start defining what a $50,000 package looks like, even though that may be intimidating to you. Just do it, because I want to plant the seed as early as possible that is something that you can do. And the more you look at it, the more you think about it, the more you understand what you would offer, the less crazy it sounds, and then all of a sudden you find yourself pitching it to somebody and getting that much money and providing that much value. And then add a retainer option, create recurring revenue stability when you add that retainer at $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month. We teach these tactics and strategies to our StoryBrand certified guides. They're doing extremely well. We have guides. I told you about Chris Jones is making $400,000. Wes Gay is making 7 figures. I mean, just these friends I have. Jay Owen is making really great money. All of them. Raj Lula is making 7 figures in marketing. You know, there's strategies and tactics that these guys are using to deliver better value to their clients and charge what they're worth. If you sign up to be a StoryBrand certified guide, I'm going to give you the offer architecture framework. It's going to help you structure your entire product ladder. The Ascension service ladder, move clients from entry to high ticket. I'm going to show you the deal closing proposals that we use, templates that convert, the guide pitch deck, ready to customize and close leads for you, pre-qualified lead referrals through our lead referral program. This is a really great program. We get about 300 people a day contacting us. We ask some of them, would you like for us to matchmake you with one of our StoryBrand certified guides? And we then ask them a ton of questions. We partner them with a guide. It's a different tier of the guide program, but that program is working extremely well, mainly because StoryBrand is actually saying, hey, we'd love for you to meet so-and-so. Here's some of their work. Here's the great things that they do. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the StoryBrand Certified Guide program that could benefit you. First, though, download the free checklist to see what this system is all about, what you'd be getting into. The $400,000 marketing business checklist includes the complete 3 phases, 15-step system. I explained it to you. Again, the offer architecture framework, the Ascension service ladder, revenue calculators and planning tools, done-for-you templates and scripts, and you can download it at StoryBrandMarketingBusiness.com. Make sure you download that checklist. Again, to get the checklist, just go to StoryBrandMarketingBusiness.com. If you're interested in building a $400,000 independent marketing business, I am going to introduce you to the 3 phases and 15 steps that allow you to do that. Congratulations, you have completed the entire $400,000 marketing business series. I really hope this has been helpful if you are an independent marketing business owner. Again, we covered the lead engine every freelance marketer needs, how to get attention without paying for ads, lead generators that actually convert, entry offers that close themselves, and upsells, retainers, and recurring revenue. Now it's time to take action. Go back to StoryBrandMarketingBusiness.com and download the checklist. And listen, I hope to see you at our StoryBrand certification, our StoryBrand Guide certification soon. If you want to grow a $400,000 marketing business, if you want to be trusted immediately because so many people love this book and you've been certified by us, if you actually want to stop living in chaos and fear that you don't have a new client coming on and that the money's going to dry up, professionalize your operation. There are plenty of freelance marketers out there who are not afraid and who are making great money and who have great work-life balance. They're using StoryBrand, they're part of our community, and I want you to be a part of the community too. So the first step is go to StoryBrandMarketingBusiness.com, download that checklist, read about all that we offer and how we help you build a $400,000 business, and I'll be in touch with you after that.